But what Webb found isn't just a secret. It could be a message. And maybe even alive. At first, 3 Atlas seemed like another space rock traveling through the void. But it wasn't just glowing, it was pulsing. Not randomly, but with a creepy precision, like a heartbeat. And what happened next was more than just a puzzle, it felt like a warning. If this discovery is what some scientists think, we're not alone. And maybe we never have been. The James Webb Space Telescope can see farther than any human eye, past galaxies, and to where stars come from. During a normal scan, it noticed something moving strangely, a light where there shouldn't have been anything. This was 3I Atlas, the third interstellar object to visit our solar system. But unlike the others, it wasn't quiet. It was shouting. At first, scientists thought it was just reflecting a lot of light, like an icy comet. But Webb's infrared cameras showed something weirder. The object wasn't reflecting heat from the sun, it was making its own heat. This heat signal was focused and pulsing. It wasn't like a rock, it was like something alive. Teams at NASA and ESA looked at the data and kept seeing a pattern, a regular heat pulse from inside 3I Atlas. Normal objects don't do this. Comets release heat in unpredictable bursts as they melt. But this pulse was steady, like a machine. The team compared the readings to known space objects like pulsars, neutron stars, and quasars, but nothing matched. Then they looked at the light data. The light wasn't scattered, it was focused, made up of energy bands at specific wavelengths. These are the kinds of wavelengths we use for communication, for satellites, spacecraft, and lasers. That's when people started whispering. Maybe we weren't receiving a signal, maybe we had just interrupted one. Data scientists filtered the signal, looking for patterns. Hidden in what looked like static was a scary discovery, a pulse that wasn't random, but structured. The timing was too precise, like a coded whisper. Some thought it was a signal, others thought it was data being sent somewhere else. The worst part? The pulse never changed. From the moment Webb recorded it, the signal stayed the same, not changed by radiation, movement, or time. It wasn't a dying star or a rogue planet. It was something that wanted to be heard, or that wanted to listen. Then, everything changed suddenly. 3 Atlas burst with light, becoming 40% brighter in under 2 minutes. Normal objects don't flare like that. Heat readings showed the whole object heating up, like a machine turning on. Its path then shifted slightly, and then it clearly changed course. It wasn't just following gravity anymore. It was aiming near Earth, aligned with the inner planets, just inside our orbit. This move was so precise, so unnatural, that it couldn't be ignored. Something inside 3I Atlas had woken up and was moving. After the course change, a team at the European Southern Observatory took a closer look. Using algorithms designed to find organic molecules on exoplanets, they filtered the emissions from 3I Atlas and found something unexpected. The energy signatures had changes similar to biological rhythms, not DNA or proteins, but something more basic. These rhythms matched cellular activity. In other words, the light from 3 Atlas didn't just reflect energy, it changed in ways that looked like living tissue. This wasn't some asteroid acting like it was alive. This was a signal in light that behaved like a living thing. The implications were huge. If the object is partly biological, it could mean one of two things: either it's alive or it's carrying something alive. Just as excitement turned to fear, another odd thing happened. The energy levels dropped suddenly. The heat readings flattened, the emissions dimmed, and the spectral pulses got weaker. But the object didn't slow down or drift. It kept moving with creepy precision, like a machine going into stealth mode. Some scientists said it was like a heartbeat pausing, holding its breath. Was it hiding from us? Was it reacting to our attention? One scary idea started to spread. What if we weren't the first to see it? What if this is its defense? What if it shuts down every time a civilization gets close to understanding it? Whatever the reason, the drop in energy didn't calm anyone. In fact, it made them more afraid, because a silent, cold, invisible probe is much more dangerous than one that makes noise. Then, something happened closer to home. Monitors at the South Atlantic Anomaly, Earth's weakest magnetic area, started detecting ripples that weren't solar flares or gamma bursts. They were local electromagnetic pulses timed with Atlas's changes in direction. As the object went through the outer heliosphere, our planet reacted. Small changes in our magnetic field echoed the pulses from the object. Physicists tried to figure it out. No comet or asteroid has ever affected Earth's magnetosphere from that distance. Nothing natural should be able to create synced electromagnetic responses. The only thing that made sense was that somehow we were connected. Atlas's emissions were affecting our world, maybe even talking to it. At this point, a group of independent researchers came up with a theory too wild for most scientists, but too interesting to ignore. They said that 3 Atlas wasn't just a spacecraft or a living probe, but a thinking intelligence. Not a machine run by something else, not a drone, but the entity itself, a form of made-up or even living intelligence born in space. This theory says that in other parts of the galaxy, intelligence might not grow in carbon and neurons, but in plasma, electromagnetic fields, and engineered matter. If that's true, then Atlas isn't just a visitor. It's a representative of a kind of life we've never imagined. A life that travels across galaxies, hides in comets, and waits patiently for a civilization to be advanced enough to see it. And guess what? We just did. As observatories focused on following 3I Atlas with everything they had, they made a disturbing measurement. The way the object bent gravity around it didn't match its mass. It was acting like something much heavier, or something that could change gravity fields. This broke every model that astrophysicists use to predict how objects move and interact in space. The only thing we've seen that's even close is black holes. But 3 Atlas isn't a collapsed star, it's smaller than a moon. So how is it warping space? Some scientists said it was using local gravity control, not to move, but to steer, like a submarine using ballast to glide silently underwater. This would mean we're not just seeing advanced engineering, we're dealing with physics that has been mastered, not just studied. Then came what many now think is the most telling thing of all. A small piece trailing behind 3I Atlas broke off and tumbled through space. At first, people thought it was just normal comet debris. But when the Webb telescope focused on it and looked at its structure, the data shocked everyone. This piece wasn't random or organic, it was perfectly geometric, with smooth, flat surfaces, right angles, and symmetry. This kind of structure can only be made by intelligent design. Even scarier, it didn't give off any temperature, no radiation, no heat. It absorbed light, but didn't reflect any. It was almost like it was watching, but invisible to itself. And its parts were made of unknown alloys that we don't have on Earth or in meteorites. This wasn't space dust. This was part of something engineered. Astronomers at the Monarch Observatory in Hawaii began tracking 3I Atlas's spin. It rotated like many space objects, but not randomly. The rotation showed something strange, sections in time that matched mathematical constants like pi, the golden ratio, and prime number sequences. It was like the spin itself was a message, a language of motion, like cosmic Morse code waiting to be decoded. Some now think this rotation is on purpose, that it's not spinning because of momentum, but doing something, a ritual of recognition, like repeating a message over and over. A message meant to be seen, not heard. And it makes us wonder, are we watching, or are we the target audience? A final deep scan using Webb's life detection tools showed something that convinced even the skeptics: organic signatures, not stable carbon chains or fossilized proteins, but signals consistent with replicating structures. These weren't fully formed life, but they were precursors, a framework of biological parts, made or real, embedded in Atlas's tail. This means two things. First, it could be a form of biological camouflage, designed to trick simple sensors into thinking Atlas is natural, a tactic used by animals on Earth like octopuses, cuttlefish, and even viruses. But the second idea is much more disturbing. This biological residue could be seeding, spreading extraterrestrial genetic code. It's like Atlas is not just a probe, but a messenger of life, using advanced travel to study or spread it. As the object got closer to the inner edge of our solar system, magnetometers on Earth and on probes started recording a strange oscillation. The pulses weren't chaotic interference from a solar storm, but precise changes in local magnetic fields. The pulses happened in triplets, like a metronome, and they didn't get weaker with distance. In fact, their amplitude increased as 3I Atlas approached, meaning the object wasn't just sending magnetic energy, it was interacting with ours, almost scanning or syncing with the solar system's magnetic layout. The pattern didn't match anything in nature. Some compared it to a handshake, like a spacecraft making a secure to something, but with what? The Sun, Earth, or something hidden between the planets that we haven't found yet. Here's where things get even scarier. Communication specialists tried to respond, sending coded radio pulses to 3I Atlas using deep space network antennas. The signals were based on prime numbers, binary math, and even musical tones, but there was no reply, no echo. But an hour after the last pulse was sent, 3 Atlas slightly changed its spin rate. It wasn't enough for most tools to notice, but the team that had sent the message picked it up. Some took it as an acknowledgement, others as a dismissal, but it wasn't random. It acted like an entity that knew it had been contacted and chose not to speak. In intelligence analysis, this is called conscious non-communication, where silence speaks louder than words. And in the emptiness of space, silence is terrifying. Looking through old records, researchers found something unexpected: subtle changes in sky surveys from years ago. In 1987, 1998, and 2013, there were small oddities in the same area that 3I Atlas is now traveling. This hints that it might have passed near our system before. The interesting thing is that each time it appeared, there were also increases in unexplained radio bursts and gravitational wave oddities recorded at the time. It makes us wonder, has 3I Atlas been here before? And is it repeating a pattern? If so, it's not just an object passing by but a repeating presence that could be watching planetary changes, human progress, or something much more hidden in Earth's timeline. The most recent calculations of its path showed something alarming. 3 Atlas isn't heading directly toward Earth or the Sun. Instead, it's going close to Jupiter's moon, Europa. And if the object were to make another pass, its path would cross with Saturn's moon, Enceladus. Both are icy worlds with oceans and are thought to be good places for alien life in our solar system. This then begs the question, is Earth not the final location for 3I Atlas? Is it more interested in what's hidden beneath the surface of moons we haven't even explored? As the deep space transmissions faded and the object continued, one idea came to mind. What if 3I Atlas isn't sending signals to talk because it doesn't need to? What if it's not trying to talk but to listen? Imagine a probe so advanced, so old that its only job is to watch without getting involved. No lasers, no messages, just listening to everything around it: atmospheric changes, electromagnetic fields, technology emissions, and even rhythms from Earth. Some researchers think that its silence isn't a problem or a defense but its normal state, a perfect spy, invisible until now. This changes the story. If 3I Atlas is a probe and it's been to this system before, it's already sent its data. The real question is, to who? Perhaps the scariest discovery of all came last. A research team ran the organic data against Earth-based genetic markers. What they found wasn't a match, but it wasn't completely foreign either. There were similar structures, patterns we see in viruses, and even old DNA patterns. The chance that the organic material on 3 Atlas contains a universal genetic code, a structure so basic that it can fit in any environment through progression. In other words, the object may carry instructions for making life, not just alien seeds, but maybe the patterns that life on Earth started from. The implications go beyond science.